What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, iBeenDatSkel, coming back with another video for y'all, man. Now y'all know I drop my vids to help y'all out, and for my struggling 2K players, and my boys that need some help. So I'm here to help y'all. If you need help with the twos, you can't win on the twos court. You hate playing threes because you don't never get the ball, or you always getting dropped off. You want to play twos, but you always losing on twos because you don't know how to play twos. So I'm gonna help you out. Alright, now this leads me to my first tip. I'm gonna give y'all 5 tips, but before I do that, y'all drop a like, drop a sub, comment down below if you're new, comment down below your thoughts on the video, man. I really appreciate it. Now I'm hop straight into it. Tip number 1, you gotta know your teammate. Know who you playing with. Y'all gotta establish some sort of chemistry, and you gotta know his pros and his cons, what he can do and what he can't do. If he's more likely to go to the left, or if he's more likely to go to the right, or if he's more likely to dunk or shoot, or you just gotta know him. You gotta know how he plays, so that way you can feed off of how he play. You can play based on how he play. Now when I also say know your teammate, you also gotta have some sort of communication. You gotta be able to talk through your defensive breakdowns, your offensive breakdowns. You gotta know, like, if you accidentally picked up the ball, you gotta know, oh hey, I accidentally picked up the ball, I need you to come and get it. Or you just simple stuff like that, So that's my first tip. Know your teammate, man. You gotta know your teammate. And that leads me straight into tip number 2. You gotta know your opponent. Now when I say know your opponent, I mean know their lineup, know what builds they're using. You gotta know if you're going up against a lockdown or interior force or offensive threat. You gotta know these things, because then that tells you their strengths and their weaknesses. Now if I'm the guard and I'm playing against, and it's a lockdown that's guarding me, and it's a good lockdown, then that means I can't do what I usually be able to do against somebody that's not a lockdown. So that means I gotta let my other teammate do most of the work, because I have a lockdown guarding me. That's why I say you gotta pay attention to your opponents, and you gotta know their weaknesses and their strengths. And that leads me into tip number 3. You gotta have chemistry and some sort of game plan. You gotta have this, because you gotta know, like, if you're isoing, that's your game plan. Stick to isoing. If it's not working, then you gotta have a backup plan. Or if I'm the big and I'm playing with a guard that doesn't know how to iso, and we're running pick and roll, we gotta have that chemistry, because he needs to know when to hit me off the roll or off the pop, or he needs to know when to take the shot. He gotta have a certain level of IQ, but both of y'all gotta have the IQ together, so that way y'all know what each other's going to do before they even do it. That's why I say you gotta have teammate chemistry. Y'all gotta have some sort of game plan. Now the game plan is going to change between lineups, unless you're an ISO player, a really good ISO player like me. If you don't know what I can do on the ISO, man, go check out my last video. But if you're a good ISOer, your game plan shouldn't change, because ISOing is one of the, if you got it down pat, it's the easiest thing in the world to drop people off. But if you're not that good of ISO, but that's still y'all game plan, you gotta know that if a lockdown is guarding you, then you can't ISO if it's a good lockdown. So you gotta just be able to switch it up based on their lineup. That's why I say you gotta have multiple game plans, and you gotta have a lot of teammate chemistry. Now my next point, tip number 4, you gotta ride the hot hand. Feed off of the hot hand. Now when I say hot hand, that means the person that's scoring at will. If I'm the center and I'm doing post moves or whatever the case may be, and I got a little guard on me and I'm just doing work on them, then keep feeding that. Don't switch that up, because that's what's working. If it's not broke, don't fix it. If the guard is clearly, if I'm playing with my guard, I've been there locked, that's the player I always play twos with, and he's cooking up, he 3 for 3 from the 3 so far, and he's greening, and his green machine is on, or whatever the case may be, then I know I need to ride him, keep letting him do him. I can't get selfish. You can't be selfish when you're playing twos. That's literally what twos is. You can't be selfish. On threes you can be selfish all you want, but twos forces you not to be selfish, so you can't. You just gotta know who's hot, and if he's hot, keep letting it ride. to my next point, my tip number 5. But before I get into tip number 5, this gameplay was recorded like 2 weeks ago. But I'm always looking for new people to play with, new subs to play with. I have a ISO player. If you don't know, check out my last video. So if you have a glass lock that can shoot or a stretch that can shoot, then we could easily run it up. As you see, I got a glass lock that can shoot. I hit my shot. You know, I think I'm a pretty decent glass lock outside shooting glass lock. Like I said, this gameplay was recorded 2 weeks ago. So if you down to play, just comment down below. I need new people to play with. So yeah, just comment down below. But let me get into my tip number 5. Tip number 5 is you gotta play with builds that are compatible. Now, when I say compatible, as you see, the definition is say able to exist together without conflict. And that means you gotta know your builds, who the lineup, y'all too. Y'all gotta know y'all weaknesses and y'all strengths, and y'all gotta play with, like, you can't go into twos playing with 2 guards thinking y'all ready to streak up. You can't go playing with 2 big men thinking y'all ready to streak up. I mean, you can, but it's kind of difficult because everything's so clustered in the paint. So that's why, like, playmaking shot creators, they usually run with glass locks that can shoot, so they pick and pop, or just set screens with an interior force, throw the alley hoops all game long like DEVS do. Slashers play with shooters, so that way, like, you gotta, like, one player has to be an inside player, one player gotta be an outside player, basically. That's basically how I look at it, and that's how I usually run my lineups around. I got like 4 different players, and I've been that lock. That's the guy I'm always playing with. He got like 4 different players, and all 4 of our players, for both of us, is equivalent to the other, so it matches compatible with the other. So he got a 3-level scorer. I got my big that can shoot. He also got his 2-way slashing playmaker. That's who he's playing with right now. I got my big that can shoot. I got my ISO player. I got my offensive threat. He got a stretch, and he got an interior force. So we always mixing it up. That's why I say you gotta play with people that you gotta play. Your team, you and your teammate gotta be compatible. That's a key point in winning. The lineup just has to make sense, you know. And that's it. That's all I got for this video. Y'all drop a like if you enjoyed it. Comment down below what points I may have mixed out on, or what you got. What's your favorite lineup to run this year? And drop a sub if you're new. I'm on my grind, daily uploads. Trying to upload as much as possible. Now currently my PlayStation is broke, but it should be fixed tomorrow. So just add me if you want to run. Comment down below your build and your PSN. I'm gonna add you. We can run. That's it, man. I'm out. Peace.